Hey friends, Vec here. I've been playing TF2 for 9 years now, and through all these years, my favorite update/event has always been the Halloween one. With Halloween just around the corner, I figured it would be fun to talk about the event. It's the 29th of October 2009, and I'm sitting at my computer about to start up TF2 when I see that there's an update to the game. I sit and wait while the game updates, checking the Team Fortress 2 blog to see what the update is. The terrifying Team Fortress 2 Haunted Halloween Special, the first ever Team Fortress 2 Halloween event. With this update, 2 new maps were introduced, Harvest and Harvest Event. On the Harvest Event map, a new scary, spooky, ghastly enemy was introduced. The ghost of Zephaniah Man. Oh, and also some fucking exploding pumpkins were added. Also, with this update, 2 new hats were added, the ghastly gibbous and the mildly disturbing Halloween mask. And 5 spooky achievements! This update would soon become an annual event, with 8 Halloween events in total. I consider this update quite possibly the most important Halloween update, seeing as it set the stage for the other Halloween updates. But it's not my ultimate favorite. We'll get to how I rank the updates at the end of the video. Anyway, let's move on to 2010. The second annual Scream Fortress Haunted Halloween Special, aka Scream Fortress, was launched on October 27, 2010. In this update, 2 new maps that won the Art Pass contest were added, new cosmetics, and of course, new achievements. But hold on, I hear something. But ghosts don't make that noise. Who is it? Oh, holy fuck! That's the horseless, headless horseman. He was added in this update. He roams Man Manor and he attacks both red and blue. 2 new weapons were added in this update as well, the Sticky Jumper and the Horseless Headless Horseman's Head Taker for the demo. The cosmetics that were added are as follows: the Cadaver's Cranium for the heavy, and the Ghastlier Gibbous Halloween masks, the Horrific Head Splitter, the Horseless Headless Horseman's Head, the Saxton Hale Mask, the Spine Chilling Skull, and the Voodoo Juju for all classes. Oh, and these cute little things. I actually have my Haunted Metal scrap still. I never ended up using it to craft anything. The 2 maps that were added are Man Manor and Mountain Lab. Just like the 2 maps from the previous update, they are the same map except one of them is an event version. Oh, and here are the achievements. And that's about it for this update. Man, you should really watch where you're stepping. Anyway, are cryptids making your life harder? Is the Jersey Devil scaring you and your kid? Is Mothman flying over your home at night? Have no fear. Call the number down below and get in contact with Keyboard Cult Cryptid Hunting. We talk to cryptids, so you don't have to. The third Halloween update, known as the third annual Scream Fortress Very Scary Halloween Special, was released on October 27, 2011. This update included a new version of Viaduct, new weapons, costumes, and 2 new achievements, and also a Halloween goodie cauldron when you logged in during the event. 2 weapons were added in this update, the Unarmed Combat for the Scout and the Wanger Prick for the Spy, both being reskins for already existing weapons. This update introduced costume sets, each class getting one. The Curse of Nature for the Scout, the Tin Soldier for the Soldier, the Infernal Imp for the Pyro, the Highland Hound for the Demo, the Franken Heavy for the Heavy, the Brundle Bundle for the Engineer, the Mad Doctor for the Medic, the Camper Van Helsing for the Sniper, and finally the Invisible Rogue for the Spy. Also, there were 8 more cosmetics added. The Infernal Imp for the Soldier. Now on to probably the best part of this update, Viaduct. Viaduct is the Halloween version of Viaduct. It has spawning prizes, pumpkin bombs, and a boss. Monoculus haunts the map, spawning on the control point and roaming the map, attacking members from any team. You can either wait him out or team up with the enemy team to kill Monoculus. If Monoculus isn't killed, he teleports away, leaving behind a portal to the underworld. If Monoculus is killed, he leaves behind a floating Abominomicon which teleports you to Loot Island. The underworld is a series of small islands. When you're on the islands, you suffer from draining health. To escape the underworld, you must reach the portal at the end of the islands. You will be teleported back to Viaduct. Escaping the underworld grants you invulnerability, 200% overheal, a speed boost, and crits for a limited time. Loot Island is also in the otherworld, however. You do not suffer from draining health when on the island. On the island there is a huge skull-shaped formation, which you can access by simply walking up the small hill before it. Once you enter the skull, you must wait for a cage to descend. Inside the cage is the Bombonomicon, which you jump into to get teleported back to the regular map. This gives you an achievement and an item, and the same buffs you get from exiting through the portal on the other islands. And for brevity's sake, I'm gonna stop showing you the achievements. This update is probably one of the better ones. I remember enjoying it a lot when I first played it. On to 2012. On October 26, 2012, the 4th Halloween update was released, officially called the 4th Annual Spectral Halloween Special. In this update we received a Bat Outta Hell, a melee for all classes, and 2 maps. A costume set, the Grand Duchess for Heavy, and cosmetics for each class. The Spooky Shoes, the Spooky Sleeves, now multi-class, and Voodoo Curse Scout Soul for the Scout. The first map that was added was Ghost Fort. This is a Halloween version of Lakeside. On this version of Lakeside, in order to win, a team must control the point for at least 7 minutes, unlike the usual 3 on normal Lakeside. At mid there is a giant wheel, the Wheel of Fate. When a team captures the point, the wheel will spin and 1 out of 9 random cards will be chosen. Whatever effect is on the card is put onto the players for a limited amount of time. On this map,
Cower fools! Marasmus is here!
No, you aren't. Go home. Seriously, go.
I leave you to your doom!
Anyway, Marasmus will sometimes spawn on this map and attack players, forcing the 2 enemy teams to band together to kill him. At Ghost Fort there is another location, called Skull Island. When Marasmus is defeated, the Bombonomicon will replace him. You can use the Bombonomicon to teleport to the island. Much like Loot Island, on top of the hill there is a skull formation. Once inside of the formation, you enter a cage and you receive an achievement and a hat. After that, you are teleported back to the main map, receiving the same boost you would get on Ioduct for a limited time. And also they added a new MVM map! Wow! Looky here! Alright, let's move on before Marasmus comes back.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on down this weekend to DJ Garbage's Dirty Dude Parlor. We've got music, we've got drinks, we have a gun.
Scream Fortress 2013 was released on October 29, 2013. This update added Halloween event map Hell Tower, 102 Halloween-themed cosmetics, and introduced magic spells. I'm not going to be reading out all of the cosmetics added because it's way too much, but I'm going to throw them up on the screen. Wow, look at all those cool hats! With the addition of magic spells, 2 new action items were introduced, the Fancy Spellbook and the Spellbook Magazine. The Fancy Spellbook and Spellbook Magazine are functionally the same, except the Fancy Spellbook will appear on your hip in-game. You can fill the Fancy Spellbook with pages, a minimum of 3 are required for it to function as a spellbook. You can continue putting pages into the book, but the amount of pages in your book does not change the item in any way, besides for the counters and the description changing. The map that was introduced in this update was Hell Tower. It is a Halloween variation of High Tower. On Hell Tower, much like High Tower, you have to push a cart to the lift. While you're doing this, Blutark and Renman Man will be screaming at you. In the cart is the opposing team's employer. The reason you're pushing the cart is to send the enemy employer to hell. Once a team manages to push the cart all the way, every player will be sent to hell. In hell, you have to reach the Skull Island while fighting the enemy team. If you die in hell, you become a ghost, being able to float around and yell boo at living players. If you manage to reach the skull, you receive an unfilled fancy spellbook if you don't already have one. On Hell Tower, there is an event that can happen called the Witching Hour. During the Witching Hour, a bridge leading to the clock tower will spawn, and along with it, green skeletons. The skeletons will chase the player around, attacking them. If you manage to reach the portal at the clock tower, you will be teleported and receive a higher tier spell to use against enemy players. Now, can we move on? These skeletons are gonna figure out how to get up here soon. October 29, 2014 is when Scream Fortress 2014 was released. This update featured a carnival, operated by Marasmus. Wait. No, god damn it! This is fucking bullshit! This update introduced bumper cars as something you can do after the round ends. 50 new cosmetics were added, along with the map Carnival of Carnage, Crit's Retreat Canteen, and the Necro Smasher. Ignoring the hats, let's talk about the map. Carnival of Carnage is the Halloween version of Doomsday, and due to that, it's a special delivery map. Players are instructed to carry a briefcase filled with tickets to the world's largest strongman machine. During this, Marasmus may teleport all players to the machine, putting one of 3 curses on the players. The curses are as follows. Underwater. The map is flooded with Gerati, making every player swim around the map without drowning. Big Head. All the players' heads grow huge. They can jump higher and fall slowly. No guns. Players are shrunken down and forced to use only their melee weapons. All of these curses are temporary, of course. Once a team has put tickets into the machine, both teams will be forced to participate in bumper car duels. But bumper cars fucking suck, so let's move on. Scream Fortress 2015 was released on October 28th, 2015. This update added 2 new taunts, 5 maps, 19 cosmetics, and a new campaign. Since it's only 19 cosmetics, I'll throw them up on the screen. The 2 taunts that were added was the Soldier's Requiem for the Soldier and the Zoom and Broom for all classes. With this update, the Soul Gargoyle was introduced. This item grants you access to Miraz missions and also allows players to Halloween transmute their Halloween items. The Soul Gargoyle also collects souls via kills and other points the player may get. Your gargoyle will level up as you get souls, the max rank being 20 with 36,000 points and the lowest rank being rank 0 with 0 points. The maps that were introduced in this update are Gorge Event, Hellstone, Moonshine Event, Sinshine, and Hellfire. Gorge Event functions pretty much the same as normal Gorge. Hellstone is the Halloween version of community payload map Millstone, taking place near Hell. On this map, Blue Team has to push Vaco, the manly blue ghost, to Hell. Red players that approach the cart will be spooked. Ghosts, skeletons, monoculus, and the horseless headless horseman may spawn when some checkpoints are reached. Moonshine Event is the Halloween version of Moonshine. Once the middle point is capped, the Wheel of Fate will be spun. Sunshine is the Halloween version of Sunshine. The map functions exactly like normal Sunshine. And lastly, Hellfire is a manpower map. I'm pretty sure nobody plays manpower, so let's just move on to 2016. Here we are, 2016. Boy, feels like it was just last year, you know? Scream Fortress 2016 was released on October 21st, 2016. This update contained 2 new taunts, 3 maps, 24 cosmetics, and the Unusualifier, a new tool item, and the return of Miraz missions. Here are the hats that were added. Wow, look at them. Cool, dude. The 2 taunts that were added were Second Rate Sorcery and Victory Lap. The maps that were added in this update are as follows. Brimstone, which is a Halloween version of 5th Curve, Maple Ridge Event, which is an event version of Maple Ridge, and Pit of Death. None of these maps are particularly interesting. On Brimstone, you push a cart while Marasmus casts spells on you. On Maple Ridge, you just cap points. And on Pit of Death, you just kill each other and collect souls, depositing them into the underworld. Well, here we are. We covered all the years, some more than others, but let's get down to how I rate these events. Starting at my least favorites. Year 2014. The carnival sucked, the bumper cars sucked, the maps sucked, nobody likes special delivery, and if they tell you they do, they're lying. Year 2016. In my opinion, this year was really lackluster. The biggest brunt of the update had to deal with hats. The maps weren't memorable. In fact, I think every map besides maybe Pit of Death was boring in this update. Honestly, the best thing to come out of this update was probably the unusual taunt effect. Year 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2015 were all good in my opinion. They were all fun, they didn't bore me, and all of the maps were different enough for me to keep coming back to them. And they all had, a Halloween-y feel to them. For some reason, during 2014 and 2016, I didn't get that, old school TF2 Halloween feeling that I get with these updates. I hope this year's Halloween and the Halloweens that come after are fun. 2016's Halloween just didn't have the old TF2 Halloween event feel that I know and love. It doesn't have to be much, but I just hope I get the same warm feeling I got when I played the other years.